and if you're still enjoying what you do and you're delivering what you say you're going to deliver there, that's the most important thing.
Welcome to Professional Builders Secrets, the podcast for building company owners wanting to grow safely and securely. I'm your host, Will Blunt, and today I'm joined by Norm Wales from Norm Wales Constructions in Bundaberg, Australia. Norm, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having us, mate. Good to be here.
Very excited to have you on today. You've been around the APB traps for quite a while now, so super excited to unpack your journey so far, and appreciate you coming on.
Yes, mate. No, we've been part of the APB for a little while now, and it's definitely been a great journey.
Yeah, awesome. So obviously APB is one side of things, but why don't you tell me more about how it all started?
Look, I guess for NWC, we specialise in full custom design new homes, but the journey, to lead us to this point there, I guess if you look back when I was a lot younger, I was always very hands-on and I guess eager to be in the outdoors and explore and I guess create things. I guess as a young fella, you'd go and build tree houses and explore the outdoors. So you're quite busy with your hands, and I guess that's where carpentry probably naturally found me. Being one that used to like making and building things, and when I sort of were in high school, there I was lucky enough to be given an opportunity to try that, and I got a school-based apprenticeship. So as a pretty early age, might have been 15, I got given this opportunity that led into what I have to this day. I was lucky enough that I was able to finish school, so I still completed year 11, year 12. I, then continued on, leaving school. I knew what I was going to do because I had that school-based apprenticeship there. So it was something really, fortunate to sort of have that. Not many people get that experience and that opportunity, I guess. But once I completed my trade there, I then started obviously studying for my builder's number. And when I had that opportunity of, working with, great, mentors myself as a young apprentice, they help guide you through, the things to look for and what to do. And shortly after me finishing my apprenticeship there, as I said, I studied the actual builders courses and things. And it was only a couple of years later that I actually then got my number, which then I started Norm Wales Construction. So, it's been a stepping stone since then, but it's been, definitely very rewarding for us.
So you got your builder number at a very young age. How old were you when you first started?
Look, I would have gotten involved in the industry around 14, 15. So I obviously done my apprenticeship, and once I started studying there for my builder's license, and then, a couple of years after the study, I actually started, Norm Wales Constructions there. So, from there, it just kept evolving, and a few years later from that, we started a company. And we're looking at, nearly 25 years now being in the actual industry itself. So it's time does go very quickly. But there's lots we've learnt along the way.
So you weren't straight into custom homes as NWC at that age though, right? You were working for other builders first to kind of learn your way, or?
Yeah, look, obviously it wasn't straight into full custom design sort of stuff there. It was obviously the bigger picture of where I wanted to go. For myself, saying, I've been in the industry for, over 25 years there now, we've actually never built the same house twice, so, but I guess in the earlier stages there, it was, taking on smaller jobs and, building, I guess, that name and that reputation up around myself there that's got us to where we are today.
Yeah, nice. So what have you found is the biggest challenge through all of that? I mean, you probably don't know anything but the building industry by the sounds of it.
Yeah, look, it's definitely can be very challenging, but, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, you know what I mean? But look, the challenges don't sort of faze me. I think challenging yourself is also very rewarding. Yes, it's can be very stressful and very hard, but I think that's how you grow and you evolve, through those challenges and those times there. So I tend to find that more of a positive approach that you can sort of gain something from those challenges.
Do you feel like there's anything different going on in the industry at the moment, or is it something you've experienced before in your 25-year career?
Oh, look, definitely. The industry has definitely blown up as of late there, but the industry has always been evolving and changing. It's something that you have to sort of keep your finger on that pulse with. There, you have to sort of grow and learn and evolve with it as well. It's there's systems and methods and procedures that you might have done last year or 5 years ago that have just been so superseded. So it's really important to be able to deliver the quality and the standards that we hold ourselves accountable to. You've got to keep your finger on your pulse there, and want to learn and evolve with that. As it actually does advance, because if you don't, you'll get left behind really quickly.
Yeah. So for those that don't know that are listening, Bundaberg, where your business is and where you live, is a relatively regional area in Australia, right?
Yeah, look, Bundaberg's a great place, but I'm quite biased, obviously, in that area. Like, I'm very proud of where we come from, but it's, as a young fellow growing up there to where it is now, like, it's definitely gotten a lot larger, a lot more populated with stuff there. But I guess, for myself, there being in that regional area there, we don't have that same opportunity, I guess, as the larger citied areas there. But for ourselves there, we're just focused on what we do and what we do well.
Have you had any other challenges being regional other than what you've just described as the opportunities there?
Look, I guess the challenges that you sort of face there, it's there's a lot of builders still in our area. And there's a handful of really good builders, but there's very few that are really willing to invest in themselves and go that extra mile to keep up to date with, like I said before, all the changes and how things really do evolve, and even just making sure that you're running a professional building company in itself there, and being able to offer your customers and that they're the experience that they truly do deserve.
Would you say that your customers are looking for something more professional, or are they happy to accept, a lower standard as well?
Look, everybody's got, I guess, a different want with things there, and there's still plenty to pick from, I guess, in our area. But when it comes down to, I guess, the customers themselves, they're like, I would like to think with what we offer and what we deliver there definitely is a lot different to what's around our area. And unfortunately, I think it comes back down to you only know what you know, and the things you don't know, you can't help if you don't know that there. And that comes down to education, I guess, and that's what, we're really big on being able to, help other builders, if they reach out to us and, support them, but also able to help the customers in that there as well, that they can make a proper informed decision. So for ourselves there, we'd like to think we're very proactive with being able to provide that support or that helpful information there to the general public there, so that they can make that proper informed decision. Because look, everybody's on a different journey. Everyone wants something a little bit different there, and that's okay. But I guess it's just important that they find what's going to be the best fit for them. And, that's the most important thing, really. You just don't want people sort of thinking they're going to get one thing and end up with something else.
So you're looking to educate your potential customers about the process they should go through to build? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, look, I guess for ourselves there, like, we have our process, and there's many other processes, that can be taken into account there. But, it really is about taking the right process and the right steps there. So then, it's a huge investment that a lot of people make. They're generally the biggest investment they'll ever make, in their life, is building a new home. So it's important that they do their due diligence, do their research there, and, follow, I guess what I say, that their gut instinct there. And it's important that they're very comfortable, with the builder of their choose. It's one of those things, once they go too far, it can be very hard to sort of come back from there. So it's important, I guess, that they do the correct research, ask around there, and they feel comfortable with their builder that they're going to be able to deliver what they've actually said they're going to do.
How early in the journey with a customer will you be starting to educate them about these kind of things to watch out for?
Look, for ourselves there, people come to us years in advance there. I think the longest customer we've actually worked with ourselves before we even started their build was a little over 3 years, 3 months. So as I said before, everyone's on a different journey, and for ourselves there, we don't want people to rush or feel like they have to make a decision now. Like it really comes down to, yes, the time's got to be right for them, but we don't want that to be pushed or forced upon themselves there. Like if they take their time and they get it right, they're going to get the best results at the end of things there, and if they're building their dream home and it's their forever home, generally speaking there, it's something that I think you should take your time and get it right for yourselves.
So those customers that have taken 3 years to get to the point where they feel comfortable, they want to work with you, and you're comfortable that they're in the right position, how have you nurtured them over those 3 years?
Look, it's about building those relationships, I guess, with them, having that good communication, the understanding on what their big picture is and what they're actually, wanting to achieve from the specific build there, like understanding, what their requirements are, how do they live their lifestyle, how they're going to use that space. And then by us working with them, through that journey there, we're able to sort of help envisionise what they're actually wanting and create that perfect home for them.
From a tactical perspective, though, how are you keeping in touch with them? Are you automating emails? Are you calling them every once in a while? How does that work?
Look, yeah, all the above there that you mentioned there, like, where something we really pride ourselves on there is good communication. And yes, that's, it could be through emails, could be through a Zoom meeting, could be through WhatsApp or Skype, or, it could be a text message, simple phone call, plenty of meetings in the office or on site there. Like, we're very flexible and adaptable to what we actually do. And it's just a matter of sort of working in with the customer themselves as well, because each person has a specific method that might suit them better as well. So it really is all avenues of communication that we communicate with our customers and that upon there.
How do you get leads in? Like, what's your main source of getting new customers?
Look, getting inquiries and things from customers, I guess we get a lot of sort of stuff there from the general referrals and word of mouth there. But look, being a local Bundaberg boy there, it's been in the industry for a little while there. Look, we do get a lot of our leads and inquiries from people asking around and building that good name and reputation, I guess, and using obviously all your social platforms and things there as well. We obviously promote ourselves out there and try and educate the industry and our customers, and hopefully that they can see how proactive we are and what we actually do there. And if they feel we're a good fit, they reach out to us and we start communicating and taking that step forward.
I imagine it's probably heightened if you don't do a good job in a local community like that. Everyone's going to be talking, right?
Look, that's correct, and look, for ourselves there, we don't really get too caught up amongst that there, like, because I believe the standards and the quality control processes and measures we have in place there, like, we would never deliver something that we aren't happy with ourselves there. Like, we're not a high volume project building company. I'm not a builder that's going to say yes to everything there. As much as everyone wants to hear the word yes, we will, definitely tell the customer our honest answers there. We're here to help them, not tell them what they want to hear there. And I believe if you're upfront and you're honest with your customer there, that goes a long way as well.
Yeah, talk to me about some of your systems and processes to maintain the quality assurance. What are some of your top systems and processes?
Look, this is something that's always currently evolving. Like I said, you sort of got to keep ahead of things there. But look, having the ability to be able to schedule our projects and coordinate, the project from start to finish before we even start the project in itself, like, so having every little detail, I guess, locked in and systemized in place there. And when I mean systemized there too, like, it does vary to each project because we do specialize in full custom design, so there is a lot of stuff that has to be, I guess, manually put into place and stuff there. But that's the difference of a true custom design building company there and one that sort of just uses the word custom a little bit lighter than others there. But yeah, look, some of the systems and things that we have in there, like, having, a very active mobile calendar, your softwares that we can sort of prepare quotes and tenders there too. It's really important that there's a mixed bag of many of them that sort of, I guess, interconnect. There's no one that sort of just suits, everything there as such there. But it's a matter of, I guess, evolving that over time there and finding what works for yourself, because what works for me may not work for another building company there either. Everyone has their own little areas of expertise and areas that they want to sort of, refine and perfect there. And, each system, I guess, is going to be slightly different, so it's important that, you find out what works for you, I guess.
What is your construction management software of choice?
Look, I wouldn't have one of choice, to be truthfully honest. I've used many of them, and probably most of them, to be honest with you. So we use Builders Act. I use Envisioneer. I use Eels. There's many systems that I find software. You might find one or two things that work really well, and then the other parts, another system will work better for you in other areas there. So we use multiple sort of stuff there to create that perfect system that that we're wanting to achieve there.
What's made you land on Builders Act at this time?
Look, working with Builders Act there is just evolving from older technology to new technology that's now more cloud based, and you can sort of share with your team a little bit more there. It's just a little bit easier and friendlier to, I guess, your whole team to be a part of that there.
Okay, cool. You mentioned, over your span of 25 years in the industry, that there's lots of different challenges you face. How have you dealt with all those challenges, I guess, and just kept going?
Yeah, look, there's been many challenges, but like I said earlier on there, it's about being able to face those challenges and learn from the challenges as well. Like if you weren't being challenged, I guess you've got to wonder, what are you missing out on? Like you can always put your head in the sand, but there's plenty going around, up top there. But, being challenged is just a matter of being consistent, most importantly, just enjoying what you do, and if you're still enjoying what you do and you're delivering what you say you're going to deliver there, that's the most important thing.
Can you think of a specific challenge you've had in the last 12 months, which has really knocked you about and you've had to overcome it?
Look, I think the biggest challenge there is time, and then letting go, with stuff there. We've all got the same amount of hours in a day and in a week that we have to work with, and it's just a matter of managing your time there, because that can be the challenge there, that when things get really busy and there's lots of moving parts and things all happening at once there, it's really important, I guess, that you use your time and focus on what's really important there to start with, and then break it down from there, and if you can sort of work through that there, it's definitely very empowering.
Do you, when you feel that squeeze of a lot going on, do you work long hours? Do you not do some things? How do you handle it?
Look, mate, I think anyone that runs any form of a business or a company, they definitely work long hours.
Yeah.
Look, it's something that we do manage. And yes, I work a lot of hours, but it's probably more of a choice there now as well. Back in the early days, there wasn't that choice word. It wasn't the ability to, I guess, turn that on and turn that off as you desire. For me, I'm one that I'm always pretty active and always thinking, and like to sort of be efficient and get things done there. So I guess the hours I still work there are of choice, and we spend a lot of time there, working on the business there to be able to create a great experience for our customers there. But yeah, it's that's come with a lot of time and a lot of hard work and just being consistent there.
When you say working on the business, you're talking about creating leverage for yourself, right? So you can do things outside as well?
Yeah, look, 100%. Look, it's really important. Like for me, and I even say this to all my staff, my contractors, the whole lot. Like it's family first. It's really, really important that you find that work-life balance there. And look, I don't believe all of us have that, but we definitely aim and strive for that there. But look, family first, and if you can get that sort of side of things there at a nice balance, and you're enjoying what's happening and what you're doing there, the other stuff will fall into place there for you, I believe.
You've also got some other hobbies, I imagine. Like you said, you're getting a couple of knee operations because you play a bit of soccer.
Yeah. So it's time to go back in under the knife again. There, I've been doing it for about 35 years there now. So
Okay.
it's just a bit of wear and tear. But between being pretty busy with sports and spending the sort of time I have in the industry myself, there, I guess it does take its toll on your body.
Mm. When you think about just going back to the idea of working on the business, creating leverage, and not having enough time as the primary problem you've been facing, and probably for your whole career, not just the last 12 months.
Yes.
What other sacrifices have you had to make to kind of grow the business?
Look, there's always a sacrifice there, and that's a choice, I guess, these days to what you sacrifice and what you don't there. In the early days, it was a lot more sacrifice there because of, you may not have had the correct systems and processes and things in place there. But, unfortunately, that there would have been a lot of family time that was sacrificed, friendships and all those sorts of things where you've got people wanting to go to barbecues or have an event or do something there, but you're sitting up to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning preparing a quotation. So it's all the hours that are put in behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. A lot of customers don't understand that. Sometimes a lot of staff don't understand that as well. And it's important that you'll be able to provide for, like your team that you've employed. You've got to continue to have work there for them. And, the way we've always operated with Normalised Construction is that we are very family orientated and, we are a team at the end of the day. Yes, I might be the director and the one accountable with things at the end of the day, but I truly do think of everybody as an equal and I appreciate everybody's inputs. And, I think if you work together and you communicate there openly with each other, there, you can achieve some amazing things together.
Yeah, I imagine that family orientation would be powerful for your customers as well, right? They'd resonate with that?
Look, I'd like to think so, but it's not something that we sort of bank on or work on. That's just, who we are and what we're doing. Look, that's something that we will always, stand by. Like I will never tell someone something that they want to hear. I'll always be honest with them about stuff there. And, I'll talk about the good, the bad, or the ugly. I think that's the main thing about being a professional builder is being able to communicate and I guess communicate with the customers and, talk about anything or even your staff and things there and share the big picture and that vision there with people, being open and honest. I think it's a really good thing to have and a good thing to do and, something that everybody should really look at doing there. If more people were a little bit more open and communicated a little bit better, it'd be a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say that you're working less now than you used to work on the business or in the business?
Look, for me, I guess, very similar, but like I've had to break down, I probably would be a little bit less in some regards, but I'm probably just as much involved there really because I choose to be, because I like to be involved in it. For me, it's that letting go aspect, I guess, can be challenging. But now that I know I can do that and I do that there, it's nice to have the choice of being involved where I want to be. And just as I said earlier about keeping your finger on the pulse there, because like for ourselves there, yes, we're a custom design building company there, but we still are only a smaller family operated business, and I want to stay that way of choice. Like I've had many opportunities to really grow and expand the business there, but I don't want to go down that path there. I'm quite comfortable with what we do and how we operate there, and I guess the connections and the relationships that we build with our customers, they are priceless, and it's really rewarding for us to be able to sort of still keep in touch with our customers there and see them years down the track, and they're still very pleased with the home that we've delivered, and we've actually built a really good friendship there. And I think you'll get other companies that are very easy with just say yes, yes, yes all the time, and they'll grow so large, and sometimes they're not able to control that there. But even if in the event that they are able to control that, I don't believe those same relationships and connections are still established and built there. So for us, it's just about finding that balance and that work-life family balance, and no, like I truly do believe that we've found that there. It's just a matter of keeping our finger on the pulse and staying consistent with that.
That's nice. Yeah. For anyone that hasn't watched Norm's video or brand story, which is on your website, highly recommend it. It's an awesome video from start to finish. But one thing that I noticed when I watched it, which really came across, was the impact you're having on these families that you build the homes for.
Oh, look, it is. And, for us, and I guess, for myself, we do take it very personal with every home that we deliver. And look, I would never, ever deliver something to any of my customers that I wasn't happy with myself there. And people that know me that they probably could think I'm a little bit more OCD, I guess, there with how particular I'm there. I'm probably the guy that has a checklist for a checklist, I guess. But it's, I just, we truly do hold ourselves accountable and do our utmost best to deliver the best we possibly can. And I'd be very, very surprised to find, many other people out there that are willing to go the extra mile that we do, sort of thing. So, but, look, we just want our customers to be happy at the end of the day. If they're not happy, we're not happy with things, so it's really important that, they're happy with things, and it's just a beautiful journey that we all go on together.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'd want if someone was building my home for me, checklist on a checklist to make sure that everything was perfect.
Yeah, no, look, mate, it's that's come with many, many years of being very persistent. But for ourselves, there's many moving parts happening day to day, minute by minute, through, our business there. And, when things change and evolve, it's a matter of, evolving with that and, updating or changing or implementing a new system or process or checklist, as we say there, that's going to make sure that that's going to still be done to the standard that we, hold ourselves accountable for.
Actually, that's a good segue. You mentioned earlier about trusting other people to uphold your standards in the business. I imagine that's a common challenge for any business owner, but especially builders, just giving up a little bit of control so you can get that leverage back, but also, still uphold the standards that you want for the business. How have you done that? What's the main thing that you've implemented, which is giving you that trust of other people to do the work?
Look, once again, that comes with time. But I think if the person in that specific, field is willing to learn, like for me, it's not about having the most qualified person. If they've got good, approaches of, that will to learn, that thirst for knowledge, and are happy to sort of grow, from making mistakes. Like I don't discourage anybody for making mistakes there. We all make mistakes, but that's how you grow and you evolve for making those mistakes. But I guess, as I said, we've got, good systems and processes in place there that, I've got documented, pretty much everything that, happens through the building company there, if it's on paper or a video or, in our manuals and things there. But, as I said, things do change and evolve. And if something new does come up there, we're the first ones to sort of, combat that there and, educate everyone around that there. So there's that comfort that people can come to me. And if there's something that they don't know, I'm, more than happy to sort of go through that and explain that there in more detail. And that's a same thing with our customers there. They can always approach us and talk to us about sort of stuff there as well. That's never a silly question. It's just important that everyone's on that same page, and I guess when you're sort of recruiting or you have staff there, their confidence and, it builds over time as well, and it just comes down with, time and experience. And
Yeah, I like that. So, I mean, obviously you've got the systems and the manuals in place to uphold that quality, but then the real, I guess, genius of it is just hiring the right people and hiring them based on that learning mentality is what you're saying.
yeah, 100% there, and it is very hard to find the right people. And we're very selective with who we actually work with there as well. Like they've got to be a good fit for, how we operate and, the things that we stand by. And, that transitions into, a great experience for our customers.
Yeah, cool. Another thing you've mentioned a couple of times is like keeping your finger on the pulse and staying up to date with trends and everything. And you mentioned that was a bit of a challenge sometimes being regional because other builders don't necessarily have that same mindset. How have you gone about keeping your finger on the pulse in the industry?
Look, for myself there, we're always trying to be as proactive as we can there. And, you might be going to local seminars or different sort of events there from master builders, but it's also then connecting with like-minded, I guess, builders there, and that's something that we've been able to do with the APB there as well. So working with more like-minded people there, it definitely does help the situation.
And you're talking about going to events where you get to talk to other builders about the challenges they're facing as well. Is that what you mean? Information sharing?
Yeah, most definitely. As I said, I've got a group of builders there. I guess there now that it seems to be getting larger and larger that we're all connected and affiliated with, and we're always very upfront and honest with each other. And I guess the old mentality there, and still is very common in the industry there. That especially for building companies, that they don't talk, they don't share, they they don't sort of support each other there. Because I think there's a lot of people out there that are quite greedy. They want everything. Do you know what I mean? And for ourselves, there we're only focused on what we can control, and we only take on what we can control, and make sure that we can deliver that there to them. And I guess when you got the opportunities there to work with more like-minded builders and that there as well, it's a lot more refreshing. We're not alone out there with stuff there. A lot of people, I guess, over the past there, haven't been aware of these sort of other areas that you can connect with people. And I think connecting and communicating is a really powerful thing.
Yeah, that's great. And you find that you learn a lot from builders in different geographies and stuff that you can apply back in Bundaberg?
Look, every area is different there, and it's probably not necessarily the learn. Like, it's probably, I guess, more just the camaraderie around, and just knowing that we're all experiencing very similar things there. And yes, I'm sure there's things that one person might be doing that we might be able to sort of improve on, to help out our customers or whatever that happens to be there. But I think you've got to have the will to actually put yourself out there and want to learn. And I think that going back into very early days, I won Apprentice of the Year, and one of the things that they said on there that I had like a thirst of knowledge and a will to learn, and that you sort of have that aha moment and reflect back on that. And I guess I always have had that. Like, I've always been interested in improving myself and being able to do something better, no matter what it is. You might have something done really well now, but there's always probably a better way of doing it next time, or a more efficient way of doing something there. So it's a matter, I guess, is walking around with your eyes open, and being open to actually evolve, not just sort of stay still.
Well, congrats, mate. You won Apprentice of the Year. When was that?
Oh, many years ago then, mate, but yeah, it's just something that sort of come to my mind. And it's funny how you sort of have discussions like these, and that you sort of can reminisce on different things that sort of all interconnect, along the journey there.
Yeah, it's interesting, the thread from the feedback you got back as an apprentice about having a learning mentality, and by the sounds of it, that's been one of the key parts of the way you've built your business, the people you've hired, the way you've improved every year, which is, it's a great mindset to have.
It is, and look, I stand by like what I say. Like, it's really important, I think, that you thoroughly enjoy what you do. Like, as much as everyone would love not to be working, they're doing stuff there. But I think if you're going to be working, it's important that you thoroughly do enjoy what you're doing. And for us, it is about making those great connections and building those relationships there, across the whole community. And it's not just our customers; it's our suppliers, our contractors, and like our staff. Like like we are just like one big family. And it's really nice. Really enjoyable. And for me to sort of look back and upon all that sort of stuff there, like, it is very rewarding, for myself.
So, talking a little bit more about APB, you mentioned the community aspect has been really valuable to you. Would you say that's the biggest takeaway you've taken from joining APB, and now you're in the elite mentoring program as well?
Look, 100% there. Like, for me, it's always been about focusing on all those little 1%ers, because I'm always looking at ways to improve there. And it's great to sort of have another set of eyes, I guess, on things that, things can be done differently or better. And, connecting with more like-minded people there, like, it's definitely been a great asset to us.
Awesome. Any advice you'd give builders out there who are, fighting the battle day to day running a building company?
It is. Look, I think at times there you've got to take that step back and look at the big picture. Sometimes you got to work backwards to go forwards there. Look at what you're trying to achieve yourself. But for me personally, I think follow your gut instinct there. Like, you generally know, if it's right or it's not for you. Like, it's a tough gig. It's not easy being a builder and running any form of a company there. But it's important that you do enjoy it. That's the number one thing. Find that balance with work life, with family and things. And if you're not getting that there, it might be something that needs to be reflected upon and see if there's something else that might be a better fit. But the other thing would just be is staying consistent. Sometimes you may feel trapped in areas there, and there might be any light at the end of the tunnel. But keep at it. And if you're really truly passionate about it, and it's something that you're 100% going to commit to, it will get better if you're willing to put the time in and just stay consistent with it.
Yeah, I love that, Norm. Well, I mean, the biggest takeaways I've taken from our chat today is just exactly that, your learning mentality and just chipping away at the 1%ers day on day, year on year, really has a larger impact on, by the sounds of it, your life and your business. So I think that's a huge takeaway for builders out there.
No, look at this, mate, and it's something that I said you reflect back on all the years and the things you've done, and it is a pleasure to sort of see how, I guess, you evolve and things have changed, and how you're growing from that there. But it's just important that you grow safely and enjoy what you're doing most of all.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next for NWC?
Look, mate, for ourselves there, it's just staying consistent. It really is. Like, we're really in a good place. It's really, it's really great to see what we have achieved over those years, and we just want to maintain that there. For ourselves there, we're not looking at being the biggest builder, in Bundaberg or Queensland or wherever we happen to be there. It's just about, knowing what we want to achieve from that there and be able to deliver what we say we're going to deliver there. For us, our customers are number one, and we want to make sure that that they are super proud of what we have delivered for them. So, stay true to our, what we believe in, and just stick to our guns.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Norm, thanks for coming on Professional Builders Secrets today. I've had a great time chatting to you and learning about the journey of NWC and where you've come from, having such a long history in the building industry. But yeah, really appreciate you coming on the show.
No, well, mate, it's been a pleasure. Like I said, it's actually been quite nice to do a bit of reflection myself there, and bring back some really great fond memories. So no, thank you very much. It's been really good.
Yeah, awesome. And also a big thank you to our listeners out there, wherever you are in the world. If you're feeling generous today, please leave a review of Professional Builders Secrets on your platform of choice. But if otherwise, have a great day and see you next time.